What is going on, all you card collecting maniacs out there? This is Ryan with the 40-year-old collector. So today we're going to be looking at a bunch of cards under bright light and high-powered magnification, all with the intent of making both you and I better pre-screeners. Let's be honest, submitting cards to PSA or BGS, it takes a ton of time and a ton of money, and the better we are at pre-screening, the more ability we'll have to save on both of those things. Additionally, when I think about it, if you're out at a big card show or your local card shop, or even if you're scanning cards on eBay, understanding the difference between a great card and a really good card will help save you a ton of money and give you confidence when you're making those big purchases. So, we got a whole lot of fun stuff to look at today, so let's get after it right now. I've got 13 more cards that we're going to take a look at together. We're going to make some guesses. We're going to see what we think they're going to grade out at. We'll send them to the pre-screener. Pre-screener is going to send them out to PSA. And again, it's all up to the grading gods. We got some super cool cards in this lot. Some of them I'm excited about. Some of them I'm unfortunately going to be really realistic about the grades they're going to come back. But still, cool players, cool cards. I'm pumped to take a look at it. This is one of my all-time favorite players on a team that is not my all-time favorite. But I am a huge University of Tennessee fan, so go strong, Jason Witten. So a couple cool things about this card. This is his SP Rookie Authentic. This is his Hall of Fame rookie card. Good corner right there. Little edge chipping along the top. Look at that. It's trash. It's numbered to 1200. So no matter what I think it's going to grade out at, I'm still going to send it to get it graded. That top edge really stinks. Look at that corner. Not great, not bad. Looks good down the edge here. Looks pretty good down the edge here. Looks pretty good down the edge here. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good down the edge. Edge looks really solid. You don't see a lot of fraying. You don't see a lot, a little dust bunny sticking out. All right, there's a solid corner. And you'll notice all of these are penny sleeved and card savered already. I've already done that work. I pulled them out of their old containers, put them in these. So if you see any dust or grime, it's not on the card. Solid corner right there. That white mark in the Dallas Cowboys, see that in the blue? As long as that's on the penny sleeve or the card saver, we're good. But if it's on the card, we're in trouble. Good edge, good edge, good edge, good edge. Finish it up with this corner where we started. Hey, listen. If they forgive the edging a little bit and they give me an 8, I will do backflips. I will be so happy. Back flips. Guess what we got? Boom. Another one. Jason Witten. Here we go. My boy. Found 2. Had to buy them. Collecting these over the last couple months. That's a great corner right there. This guy's just a rock star, right? I love the guys who go from playing to be great commentators. Jason's one of them. Not much more you can ask out of a tight end. Super tough football player. In the clutch, it seemed like they always went to him. He always came up with a big catch. A little bit of a soft corner right there. Again, you see the numbering out of 1200. Little touch right there in the gray. Kind of hard to see, but overall the edging on this one looks better. That's a good corner. Bring it down this edge right here. Not a lot of issues with this edging. Centering's good. Card surface looks pretty solid. Let's see. There again, right there on the top. See that Mitch? See that niche in the gray right there? That's going to cost us. Not a bad corner, though. I'm going 7-8. You'll hear me do that sometimes. If I have 2 cards that are going out, I will say 7-8 because if they come back 8-8, I'll be thrilled. But the odds of getting 2 8s on that I don't think are going to be there. One of them they're going to knock down. Here's an Edgerrin James rookie card. Another one numbered this one's out of 1999 from the year. 1999 SP Authentic. Solid looking corner right there. Not bad edging. A little bit of touch of white up there. Again, whenever you look at these under the microscope and when you look at these under bright magnification and lights, you'll see everything. See everything. It's a great edge, though. Let's see. Ooh! Terrible corner. Terrible corner. Terrible edge. Not good at all. That edging seems to be a struggle right there. It's numbered. I'm going to send it through no matter what. That's at least... That's soft. Look at the rounding there. I was going to say at least that's okay, but as it comes into a little better focus, I look at it a little more. It's got some rounding to it. Let's look at this edge. It's good edge. And a good corner to finish with. You know, say a 7. If that comes back as a 7, I'll be okay. This other one I know has got some serious issues to it. I bought it for next to nothing. It's another numbered one. This is a Jared Allen rookie card, numbered out of 1,199. It's got a super soft corner we'll look at together in a minute. That corner's not great, but it's not terrible. Edging a little bit along the red. You can see some chipping along there. Again, I knew this card isn't wonderful. Not a terrible corner. These dust bunnies, again, they're on the protector. Good edge, good edge, good edge, good edge, good edge, good edge, good edge. Where is it? Bam! That's the corner I was telling you about. That's trash. This might even come back a 6. The centering's great. The card surface is great. I don't think it's great enough to overcome that. That's pretty rough. And it takes away from the eye appeal. When you look at it without the light on it, you can see it pretty clearly. That's a good corner. But again, how the card looks, not under magnification, also plays a big part in this. So we got some good on this card, but unfortunately I think the bad outweighs it. I'm going with a 6 on that bad boy. Here's a couple cards. Super excited to get these. This is a Drew Pearson rookie. My wife, she saw it. She said, I love that card. I think it's the Fro. Look at that. Pretty colors. Nice corner right there. I like that. Didn't realize that corner was looking good. Anytime I get in the 70s, that's another nice corner. You got some black dots right there. I have a feeling those are on the card. If I get in the 70s, listen, I'm realistic. If I get 7s and 8s in these, I'm happy. A little black dot right there you see in between the blue lines. Got to pay attention to all this stuff. And again, none of this means I'm not submitting it. What it means is I want to have a better understanding of what this card's going to look like when it comes back. Good corner. Pretty good edges coming around. That's a great corner. Good centering. Got some damage here along the edges. I don't think it's enough to knock it all the way down. We got some good here. We got some good. Is it 9 good? No. Is it 8 good? Maybe. Is it 7 good? For sure. So I'll be optimistic for once. I'll put an 8 up there. So here's a Willie Anderson card. If you're a Hall of Fame football card collector like me, I collect the rookie cards. You can collect this 1996 Topps card, and it qualifies in the PSA set registry. That's a beautiful corner. Or you can do the Bowman one. I got 3 of these Topps cards. We'll look at 2 of them now. Good corners, good margins. This card looks pretty solid so far. Things can change. Let's see. That's a great corner. I bought 3 of these off a guy. Paid, I think it was $3 for them, $1 each. That's a beautiful corner. It's a good card. It's a good card. If you've watched my videos before, you know I never predict 10s. I just don't feel like I can do that. So put that one up. I think that one's going to be a 9. Here's a Trent Williams card. These cards, I have 3 of them, and I think they're all trash. We're going to look at them anyways. This card right here. Let's see here. That's good corner. Looks pretty solid there. Surface. The surface on these cards is what I was concerned about, although that edge doesn't look great either. Corner's not bad. Again, with these silver Topps Chrome cards, they do seem to give you a little leeway on the edges. I got a lot of 10s in this, and they just seem to give you a little bit. So that corner looks good too. From a corner, from a margin, centering perspective, this card doesn't look that bad. Bam, there's that edge. I knew there was something on this card that was going to jump out at me. That edge just screams, not going to get it done. That's a good corner, though. You look at this card. These cards are tough. There's a scratch right there. That's a pronounced scratch. If I was grading this, I wouldn't give it higher than an 8. And that was if I was in a good mood. Marquise Pouncey right here, Florida Gator. I think I shared earlier I'm a Tennessee fan, which means I'm not a huge Gators fan. But as long as they're not playing each other, I live in Florida, I'm from Florida, I'm SEC all the way. So sometimes you'll hear me say go Gators. Marquise Pouncey, great center for them. Played high school ball not far from me. Good corner. This one has good centering, good margins on it. That's a super, yeah, it's trash corner right there. So we're already looking, to me, I don't think this has better than an 8, even if everything else is perfect. That looks like a scratch right there on the card. Although as you move it, you see how that kind of changes? That tells me it's on the protector, not on the card, because you can see almost its shadow move. But that corner prevents it from being a 9. Ooh, that corner, the corners together might prevent it from being an 8. An 8 just sold for about $60. So I'm not upset if I get 8s, but this might be in 7 territory after all that. I have 5 of these. So if I send it away and I get a 7, is what it is. This probably won't make it through the pre-screener, though. Pre-screener is going to send this back to me and be like, hey, idiot, why are you sending this in to begin with? Here's another one of those Marquise Pouncies. Let's see if this one's... Starting off with a weak corner. That one looks pretty soft. So we're already in 8 territory, I think, just with the way that looks. That corner looks good. Again, this looks a little top to bottom off. If you're centering, when you have a soft corner, if you've got perfect centering, you can sometimes make up for some misses, but when your centering's off, like this one is top to bottom, yeah, you see how that margin on the bottom is much fatter than on the top. Beautiful corner there. This card doesn't have a snowball's chance, and you know where to get a good grade. Look at that corner. Bottom corners are pretty good. With that centering, this will be one where I send, and the other pre-screener probably tells me to kick rocks. Forget about it. Well, that's disheartening on those 2 Pouncies, but again, we do this for a purpose. We do this so we know and have an idea of what we're going to get, and I do this so you guys have something to look at. And you can tell me in the comments if you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever. Andre Johnson, great wide receiver, Houston Texans. Wide receiver is a tough position to get the nod into the Hall of Fame. He'll get it, just a matter of when. It's a good corner. I remember when these came in the mail, I was pretty excited about these. I picked these up. It wasn't even on eBay. It was from a card shop online. And it was a lot of 3. 2 chromes, and I forget what the other one was. I didn't pay attention to it, but I remember thinking these are pretty good cards. An 8 just sold today on eBay, 30-something bucks. So I'm into this card for about $1. Look at that corner. I think that's pretty good. It's got a little lip to it. We got some chipping along the edges. Don't love that. There, you can see it. This is definitely a weak edge here along the bottom. Centering's good. Let's see here. That corner looks strong. All these dust bunnies are on the case. You know, this is one of the ones where it'll just depend. There will be days this will get a 9. There will be days this will get an 8. I'll be pessimistic, say it gets an 8. Let's look at the other one. Let's see if the other one's better. Here's this one right here. Let's take a look at that mark right there. Yeah. Already got that off. All right. I thought that looked a little egregious to be on the card, and it wasn't. It was just on the case. So, nice sharp corner right there. Looking good across the side. Again, this is one of those guys who, just did it right. He was never in trouble. Played well. Look at that nice sharp corner. Coming all the way down. This will be one of those pairs of cards that I purchase where if I get an 8-9 and I'm all in between shipping, nice corner right there, shipping, card cost, grading cost, if I'm all in for 2 cards for $50 and I get an 8-9, that's on the case as well. If I'm all in for 50 and I get 150 for an 8 and a 9, however that divvies up, right? Seems pretty darn good to me. Triple your money. But I'll obviously keep one for my set because I'm a set collector. All right, Calais Campbell. I actually showed one of these in my other grading pre-screening videos. I've got a couple of these, so we'll take a look at this one, see if it stacks up to the other one. I don't like that. The corner looks almost like the whole thing is rounded, almost like it was pushed in, like a pressure. So this one, again, is starting off. It's so hard to get 10s, which is good. I like that. That's a good corner. These black cards are really hard on the edges. You see that running up along there. Still running up. Not bad. Not a bad edge. Not a bad edge. Not a bad edge. Good sharp corner right there. Little bit of white there along that edge. Not looking too wonderful. Let's see, that Dust Bunny's on the card, or on the case. Not a bad corner right there. I'm going to say an 8. Hey, I'll be honest with you, though. I've got some 9s that look worse than this. I've got a 10, which I won't even sell to anybody. I'm keeping it in my personal collection, where I feel like I paid for a slab, not the card, because the card looks so crappy. It's Khalil Mack Chrome card, and it looks terrible. All right, here's another Drew Pearson right here. Another one that I picked up, which I was super, super excited to get. I think top to bottom, we've got a little opportunity, maybe a little left to right on the centering, so maybe it's a little OC. I don't think enough. It's enough to keep it from a 10, probably enough to keep it from a 9 as well. Again, I have no problem with that. It doesn't bother me one bit. I don't buy cards, especially these older ones, with the intention of buying 8s or 9s. If I need to get an 8 or a 9 in order to make my money back, then I shouldn't be spending the money on the card, because they're just so hard to get, especially in these vintage ones. But again, beautiful blue. Look at that corner. 2 sharp corners. Look at the margins. So you can tell just by looking at how tight those margins are that it's a little off center. There's that black dot. The other one had the same thing right there in the blue of the jersey. So maybe that's something that's normal. Good corner. It's a super pretty card. Not all cards have to grade well to be beautiful. Let's see if I can get a good picture of that corner. Yeah, that looks good too. A little soft. But this card, man, this card's been around a long time. It's like me, I'm getting older. Not everything can be quite so sharp. It was a good looking card. If I get an 8 out of this, I'll be happy. Utah, give me an 8. I love it. All right, squad. Well, those are all the cards that we're going to look at today. So we've got some grades written down. I did one video. We have all those grades. Did this one. We have all these grades. Probably got one more to do. And then we'll put them all together. We'll send them out. I'll let you know what the pre-screener says. And then we'll have a great reveal video. I'm doing it bulk, so maybe in 60, 90, 100 days, something like that. Fingers crossed. Hey, but until then, have an awesome day and happy collecting, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.